Hello students, welcome back to Prudence Coaching English class. Here we provide ICSE, CBSE and WBSE solution. Today we came up with another interesting topic, that is all the question answer from the chapter Saving the Gharial from the book Gulmohar class 8. This chapter is composed by Romulus Whitaker. As you know students, Romulus Whitaker is a wildlife filmmaker, so we'll discuss all the question answer. And student, I can assure you that if you write this question answer, then certainly you will get full marks from this chapter, because these question answers are being skilled very independently and they are unique in their own sense. So let's start all the question answer. Here is the first question, section A. Complete these sentences with information from the text. The first question is, the gharial looks different from other crocodiles in having an unusually long snout and a slim jaws. So you can see in green color, in blue color we have written the answer, and the red one is the question. Now the second question, that is, male gharials grow at the end of the snout a strange appendage called ghara, through which they produce a buzz knot across the water. So you can see these answers are very unique. Number 3. The male gharial also uses snout to produce a territorial jaw clap. Number 4. Unlike other female crocodiles, which have to carry their young from the nest to the water, a female gharial just puts her babies outside the nest and moves towards the river. The babies follow her like ducklings. Now the fifth one, that is, unlike other crocodiles which live in ponds and lakes, gharials live in rivers eating only fish. So here the answer is ponds and lakes, rivers and fish. So finally we have finished section A. Now we'll move to the next section, that is section B. Read these lines from the text. These answer questions, then you have to answer the question. So as you know students, if the question is given with the line from the text, this is known as RTC, or reference to text. You probably familiar with this pattern, RTC. This is very important pattern for your question. A line will be given and some question will be followed by. So for answering this question, you have to read the text very carefully, because after reading very carefully, then you will be able to answer all the questions. So let's discuss the question answer. Here the line is given, the territory holders surges forward, churning the water into fourth from his tail. Here surges means moves forward. So here territory holders actually referring to the male gharials. So here we will now follow the questions. That is number 1, what or who is being talked about. Second question, what does he surge forward towards, with what intentions? What are the two possible results? So students, while you are writing the answers, you have to be very careful about these numbers of the question, and you have to write the answers in the parts as the question has been given. So let's start the best possible method of writing answer with this question answer. Now here is the first question. So you can see there is the question number, you have to write in this way. The male gharial is being talked about. Here the narrator tells us that the male gharial fight terribly with each other to protect their own areas. So this is the ending of the first question. Next there is second question, what does he surges forward, with what intention? The first part of the answer is, here he refers to the male gharial who moves forward to another one who tries to occupy his domain. Domain means area or his living place or habitats. Now the second part, with what intention? The answer is, the male gharial tries to frighten his opponent. If the opponent is not frightened, then there will be a terrible fight between them. So this is the answer for the second one. Now the third question, that is, what are the two possible results? Answer, the two possible results are that either one of the male gharials will retreat in fear, that means escape in fear, or they will fight severely until any one of them prevails over another, that means wins. Now the next part, section B, the second question, the second line that is given from the text is, how 36 babies followed rather like ducklings. Ducklings means the babies of the ducks. So here the questions followed, that are number 1, A, whose babies? Second part of the question is, whom did they follow? B, where were the babies? Where did they go from there? C. In what way was this unusual? So the first part of the question is whose babies? Here the narrator is talking about the female gharial's babies. Whom did they follow? Answer. The babies follow their mother. Now the next part, where were the babies? The babies were in their nest. Next part, where did they go from there? They went to the river from there. So students, you know when there is did in the sentence, the verb one form or the V1 form will be given, and while we are writing the answer we have to transform the V1 into the V2 form. Okay, so that's why go has been transformed into went. They went to the river from there. Now the next part, C. In what way was this unusual? Answer. This was unusual because the babies are tenderly carried to the river by their mothers only, but here we found that the babies were following their mother to the river. Now, section C. Answer these questions. Number 1. What were Whitaker and his team going to do? Now, the first part of the answer is Whitaker and his team were going to collect all the eggs from the female gharial's nest and hoping to rear up the baby gharials safely in captivity and then release them in their natural habitats. Here the spelling is mistake. There is spelling mistake. Natural, N-A-T-U-R-L, natural habitats. H-A-B-I-T-A-T-S, habitats. So, we have finished the first part of the question. Now the second part, why? You can see that we have written the answer in a para so that it can be seen as the next part of the answer. They did so to ensure that the baby gharials would survive for long and grow into adults without facing any trouble. So the second part finishes here. Now the next question, was their work part of a larger project? Answer. Yes, their work was a part of a larger project. Now the second question. What project? Answer. All of them were working under the Project Crocodile mission that was launched by the Indian government with the help of UN. What made it necessary? Answer. To ensure the survival of the gharials and other Indian crocodilians, this project was launched hopefully by the Indian government. Thus, Indian government tried to promote the captive breeding program too. Here, students, in the previous answer, you can also mention the year when this Project Crocodile mission was launched. That is given in the text. You can also mention this if you want. Now, the next question, number 3. Did Whitaker and his team succeed in breeding a large number of gharials in captivity? Was their project a success or failure? What made it so? Answer for the first part, yes. Whitaker and his team succeeded in breeding a large number of gharials in captivity. They grew thousands of youngsters and released them in the protected areas. Now, the next part of the question, their project was a failure because only few of the crocodiles survived for long. Now the last part of the question, the gharials were flushed downstream out of the protected areas and even into the sea during the monsoon. Some were then found in the mangroves and ponds and others were caught in the fishing nets in the tributaries. Thus the aim of the project was failed. Now question number 4. Is Whitaker optimistic at the end of the text? What makes him feel that way? Answer. Yes, Whitaker is optimistic at the end of the project or at the end of the text. Now the next part, what makes him feel that way? Answer. He feels that the people have finally realized that saving the gharials is of a great importance and they are ready to do a lot to save them as it's very much important for a healthy river. So students, finally we have come to the end of this video. So if you like our content, don't forget to subscribe, share and like our videos because your little like will help us to produce more helpful content for you. Okay, thanks for watching students. Have a nice day. Have a great day.